Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about what order I'm going to read the Dune series in. So remember to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and let's begin. So, as I've said before in the previous video, and probably my Dune review video actually, I'm going to read the Dune series in a different order, not just in release order. So I've broken it down into three different sections. So those sections are the life of Muad'Dib, but even though it's titled The Life of Muad'Dib, I know that the series goes beyond the life of Paul, so there's his life and his lineage, I guess, is what a better name for that little section would be. So for that section we're going to read Dune, which I've already completed. The review can be found up here on the channel, and I am currently reading Paul of Dune, which is, the events of it take place like directly after the events of Dune. And after that I'm going to read Dune Messiah, and then following that is another more modern book. So considering Winds of Dune and Paul of Dune are more modern writings, those will probably have a different feel than the Frank Herbert stuff from, way back when. So after Winds of Dune, we have Children of Dune, and then after that we have God Emperor of Dune, and then wrapping that little section up, we have Heretics of Dune. So I'm going to start with these 6 books. Probably over, throughout the rest of this year, I'll get through these 6. I want to try to do like a book a month, but it might end up being like Wheel of Time and be like a book every other month or something like that. I don't know. We'll just have to see. But after I complete those and the lineage of Muad'Dib, I want to jump into the world building of Dune and the entire universe that Frank Herbert created. So for that section, we have what I call the world of Dune. So in the world of Dune section, first we're going to start off with the Butlerian Jihad, which, if I'm not mistaken, is the war against the machines. But I believe this next one might also cover some of that too. Yeah, it's called the Machine Crusades. So I wonder, I don't know which is which, but I know one of them has to do with the Great War that they fought against the machines that led to the creation of Mentats. So following that, we're going to jump into Navigators of Dune. So we can learn all about the Navigators, because in the David Lynch movie, they were weird, gross, disgusting mutant things, and it's never really even confirmed that they look anything like that in the book. So yeah, I'm curious as to how they actually are mutated, what the spice did to them to allow them to, help with space travel and stuff. So that ought to be a lot of fun. And then after that, we're going to jump into Mentats of Dune. And that's where we learn all about the Mentats. And all honesty, that should probably come right after the Machine books, so I might switch that order up and do Mentats after do Mentats before the Navigators. So we'll wrap up this World of Dune part with the Sisterhood of Dune, which is all about the Bene Gesserit and how they got started and how they all came about. So that ought to be a lot of fun. Hopefully it goes into a lot of detail about how they seeded the myths and the stuff that became religion and stuff. Their Missionario Protectiva, I hope it goes into a lot of detail about that. So I'm really looking forward to that. That'll be in 2022 though at this point. So that's going to wrap up that World of Dune section there. So for the final little run of Dune, we're going to jump into the prequels to the houses. So the first one in that little section, which I call the Houses of Dune, very simple. The first one will be House Atreides, because the Atreides are awesome and, they're our main people. So, and then after that, we're going to jump into their enemies. So we're going to look at House Harkonnen, that prequel series books. And then we're going to look at the House of the Princess Irulan, the family of the people, mild spoiler for Dune, but the former emperor of everything. So their family line is the Corrins. So that is what the third book is going to be about, House Corrin. And the last one will be House Carino, which I don't know, but I might have it mixed up. Instead of House Corrin, House Carino might have been the former empire, or the other. I honestly don't know. So that's very good. That's like push way far out there. So it'll probably be in the latter half of next year or something by the time I get to those, and I'll know more about it enough to sum it up. But I know there is one of those older houses. I just don't know which. Interesting. I'm even more interested to learn more about it now, though. So this is going to be the order in which I read the Dune series, starting off with the life of Muad'Dib, aka his bloodline, really, and then we're going to jump over to the worlds of Dune, the prequels of the world building explainers. I think I'm going to really enjoy that because world building and magic system stuff is really my jam. So the more we get into the sci-fi stuff and how it all works and like where all this stuff comes from and how it all got there, I'm just going to be all into it. So I already know that. And then the houses, I feel like just the nature of it being about these houses, it feels like that's where we're going to get like really Game of Thronesy. So that ought to be a lot of fun when we get to those. So after doing some research, I found out there's not a whole lot of in-between books the way I thought. Really, only Paul of Dune and Winds of Dune are the only real in-between books. There are some books that are coming later that are kind of in-between and stuff, but it's not the same. It's not, take place in between these books. And I also forgot to mention Chapter House Dune. That'll probably get put in between the life of Muad'Dib and the world of Dune. So that'll probably be the 7th book of the first run. So yeah, a lot of books. So let me know in the comments down below, have you read any of the Dune series, or how much of it have you read? Remember to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and I will talk to you all next time. Peace.